Hi, good night, guys. Welcome back. It's your favorite doctor, Dr. Nero. And tonight we're going to be dealing with gaslighting, the narcissist's favorite tool. Of course, you know by now, I love my definitions, so I'm going to define what gaslighting is for you first before we go on to anything else. So, what is gaslighting? Gaslighting is a form of emotional abuse that makes you question your beliefs and perception of reality. Now, over time, this type of manipulation, and yes, gaslighting is manipulation, it will wear down your self esteem and your self confidence, and it leaves you dependent on the person that is gaslighting you. Now, further down, you'll see the connection as to why it leaves you dependent on the person that's gaslighting you because of isolation. And we're going to touch a little bit on isolation further down into the presentation. So, 6 signs that someone is gaslighting you. One, someone who's gaslighting you will always insist that you said or did things that you know you didn't do. This, for example, person will tell you, but you told me we were going out at 5, and you'd be like, no, I didn't, I said 6. Or no, I said 6:30, and they would be hands down doubting you that that is what you said. Or they will tell you that you did something that you know you didn't do or that you know you will not do, and you're having this back and forth. Another sign is they will deny your recollection of events. So both of you would have gone to the same event, like a wedding, a funeral, a party, anything, and they are denying telling the story, and you're saying, no, that's not what happened. And they're looking at you like if you're crazy, but they're just looking at you like, would you hush? You don't know what went on. They're trying to make you feel as though you weren't there. You know, oh, my neighbor's dog is making a lot of noise. Yo, Bruno, shh, be quiet. Thank you. So, point number 3, they will call you too sensitive or crazy when you express needs and concern. So, for example, again, if you tell them that I need you to start listening to me or start acknowledging me when I'm talking to you, or I need you to stop making fun of XYZ, and they would look at you like, you're too sensitive, it was just a joke, or you're crazy, that's not what I meant. Why are you taking things out of context? That is a sign of you being gaslit. Bruno, stop it. Oh, okay. Point number 4, they would express doubts about your feelings, behavior, and state of mind to other people. So if you're in a romantic relationship, your partner, your boyfriend or your girlfriend, husband or wife will go to your family or your close friends and tell them, I'm concerned about how, I see she behaving in a certain way. She's forgetting a lot of things, or he's forgetting a lot of things, or he's misplacing certain things, and I'm worried. And a lot of the times, he or she is saying that they did this or they didn't do this when I know for a fact that they did. And they would come across as very genuine to your family and friends and make it seem as though you are going through some sort of mental something. And when you would try, they take it front, as we say in Trinidad, they take in front before in front take you, because they want it to seem as though they're genuine. They want it to seem as though they're caring, and they don't want people to actually believe what you have to say about them, especially about their character, that they are gaslighting you. Another point is they twist or they retell events in a way to shift the blame onto you. Now, subtly, this one, it subtly comes in to play in a lot of things. And one of the things that it does, especially in relationships where it subtly wiggles its way in, is in an apology. Have you ever had an experience where somebody's apologizing to you, but they blame you for what they did? And then you start feeling guilty for doing something that you really didn't do. And then you catch yourself like, well, hold on a minute. I didn't really get an apology though, because now I'm blaming myself for what the person did. It happens. They will come and they will tell you, I'm sorry for this, no, but I only did it because you wasn't doing something, or I only did it because of this, or I, especially the relationship, you ever heard the line, I only did it because I was trying to get over you. Um, what now? And then you're feeling guilty for something that you didn't even do or had no part of. That, my friend, is gaslighting. Final point is they insist that they're always right and they refuse to consider facts or your perspective. So they are a know-it-all. They will tell you everything, they know everything, and they are never wrong. So signs you've experienced gaslighting, whether it's recently, whether it's over years, months, doesn't matter the period of time, these signs are more or less consistent with somebody who's been or who is being gaslighted. So you have the urge to apologize all the time. You're sorry for anything and everything. Sometimes you don't even know what you're apologizing for. You're just apologizing because you don't even know why. I don't even know why. And you're just saying sorry, right? You believe you can't do anything right. So you think you're inadequate. You're not capable of doing certain things because you'll get it wrong. You're not able to do this right. Mm-mm. You're always feeling nervous. You're always feeling nervous, sorry. Nervous, anxious, or worried about everything. A loss of confidence, as I said earlier. You're constantly wondering if you're too sensitive, if you're overreacting, if you're taking things too seriously. Cause I can't take a joke, why? Like I don't have a sense of humor. You're asking yourself this all the time. You're feeling disconnected from your sense of self as though you're losing your identity. Point six, believing that you're to blame if anything goes wrong. So you plan a birthday party, for example, something goes wrong and it's your fault when you had nothing to do with the incident that happened. Number seven, there's a persistent sense of what's that word? A persistent sense that something isn't right, that something is wrong with this entire situation, but because you have no proof or because you can't identify what's wrong, it's just nagging you. Something isn't right, something is wrong, something is going haywire, but you can't put your finger on it, so you just let it slide. And finally, this sense of hopelessness, frustration, and or emotional numbness. And the frustration comes from the one that was said before, that feeling that something isn't right, but you don't know what it is, and you're frustrated because you know that something is wrong, but you're just frustrated. And the person might tell you, you seem confused lately. You keep forgetting things. I'm getting really worried about you because they want to come across as genuine. They want to mask it as concern, as, I am checking up on you, I'm looking out for you. And they convincing you in reality that something is wrong with you. That's what they're convincing you to believe. They're warping your reality of certain situations, of certain events, to make you believe that something is wrong with you. And gaslighting can also show up in changes of behavior. So, in terms of your behavior, you would make choices to please other people or that person in particular and not yourself. You would be frequently questioning whether you have said the right thing or made the right choice. You would be making excuses for the person that is gaslighting you, especially to your family and friends. You would be lying a lot or isolating yourself away from loved ones just to avoid conflict. Because somebody's going to notice it, they're going to bring it up. And because you're defending the person, you're going to start to lie and you're just going to start to isolate yourself. You're going to start to avoid family and friends. You're going to be constantly reviewing your words and your actions to make sure you've done and said the right thing because you don't want to offend anybody. You don't want to offend this person. So you're always second guessing. Did I say the right thing? Did I do the right thing? What did I do that could warrant an argument or could warrant a conflict? And you want to avoid that. So you're just reviewing everything always. And you spend little or no time, sorry, on your activities or your hobbies that you use to enjoy. So why does this work? Why does gaslighting work? Gaslighting often works partially because you want to trust the person that's gaslighting you and earn their approval. Now, gaslighting comes from somebody that you are close to. So family, romantic partner, trusted friends, or just friends. You could take the trusted out from in front of that. And because you want to trust this person, You want to earn their approval in certain things. You just ignore the signs, all of the signs. So we all carry insecurities, even me, that we are afraid to acknowledge. And gaslighting isn't always obvious or extreme. It is often disguised as an attempt, like I said before, to look out for you. I just look it out for you. I want what's best for you. So it's not the same as somebody lying to you or expressing a different opinion or saying you're wrong about something. It's more of a nuance. It's more of a nagging. A nagging. We'll use that word. So there are three stages that encompass gaslighting. I call it the 3Ds. Um, Everybody will not experience it. Everybody will not experience it in the same order. But these 3Ds are a product of gaslighting. So you have disbelief, defense, and depression. So for disbelief, you would see the signs of somebody gaslighting you, but you will brush it off as, oh, that was just a one-time thing. Because you really don't believe that this person that you trust would do something like that to you. Then there's the defense. As I mentioned before, you're defending the person, you start lying for the person, you start defending the person against friends and against family. And then the defense will turn to you defending yourself against that person. So you always have to be telling the person, no, I didn't say this. Or no, I didn't put my keys there. Or no, I didn't put my phone in the bedroom. I left my phone in the living room. And you're defending your mental state of mind. That's very redundant. You're defending your mental state because they're trying to make you seem as though you're crazy. Then you have the depression, which is you just accepting this person's version of reality just to avoid conflict, just to avoid an argument. You're just going to tell them, you know what, you're right. Yeah, I probably going mad. Yeah, I really did leave my phone in the bedroom. And truth, just to not have an argument, just to not make it be a blowout, you're just going to start to agree, but you're going to get depressed doing that because it drains your energy and you're disconnecting from yourself and it leaves you feeling very, very low and hopeless. And like I said, anyone can gaslight you, not just people in your personal life. Politicians do it every day and doctors do it all the time. Not all of them. I'm just stating that disclaimer, not all of them. So how does one respond to being gaslighted? So if you've noticed that some of the steps of gaslighting in your life, there are certain steps that you can take to address it and reclaim that emotional space. Turn to people you trust. If you suspect someone is gaslighting you, it never hurts to get some outside perspective. Trusted friends and family members not directly involved in the situation can give you outside perspective. Wow. Can give you outside perspective, help you get some clarity, and provide emotional support. If you've recently started to distance yourself from your loved ones, keep in mind that isolation is what makes gaslighting very successful. Record everything. Now, this is very tedious, and it's also something that you have to be very stealthy about because people who are gaslighting you don't want any evidence that they are gaslighting you. And from the time they notice you're doing it, it's going to be another blowout. But record everything. Jot down highlights of conversations or use your phone to record. So when you're having an argument about something or you're not remembering something from the previous day or 2 days ago, you could always go back to your archives and, flip through your notes and make references to that particular situation on that particular day. Like I said, it's tedious and you have to be stealthy about it, but it helps. Set clear boundaries. Establishing boundaries can interrupt anyone's attempt to gaslight you and provide physical and emotional space. So if you're having an argument and it's about, let's just say, about an event, and you're saying, well, no, it happened this way, and the person is saying, no, it happened that way, you can cut them off when they're trying to make you seem like you're mad or crazy and tell them, you know what, it seems like if you remember this differently, let's move on from this. Or if you're having an argument and the person calls you crazy, you can tell them, If you call me crazy again, we're not having this conversation. I'm leaving. Also, you can also tell them as well, we could talk about this, but there will be no shouting, there'll be no raising of voice, no name calling, because if you do, conversation is over. I'm leaving. Now, you have to stick to these boundaries and you have to follow up your words with actions to show this person that they cannot manipulate you. Hold on to things that make you who you are. Part of the gaslighting working is making you forget your identity and becoming 100% dependent on this person, as stated in the definition. Isolation. So you hold on to the things that make you who you are. Gaslighting involves a loss of personal identity. And sometimes you might feel as though you've changed beyond on recognition, or you've become very numb, or you've become very hollow. You're always in a state of nervousness because you want to be perfect. You always worrying because, did I do the right thing? Did I say the right thing? Did I wear the right dress? Did I answer his mother properly? Did I, you're always worrying. And you need to start making choices that will increase your physical and emotional needs and reclaim your energy and hold on to your sense of self. And once you start doing that, because once you set the boundaries, you're going to start getting back to who you are. And most importantly, create distance. This creating distance, like I said, or if it's a romantic relationship, leave. Please leave.
Run.
If somebody is gaslighting you, do not stay. Do not pass go. Do not collect $200. Please leave. Don't stay to try to figure out, it's just a one-time thing. Don't brush it off. Don't ignore it. If you want to, let's just say somebody gaslights you and you said, okay, I think you're gaslighting me here, and you have that conversation and you tell them, don't ever try to manipulate me like that again. The person never does it. Great. However, if you address the situation and this person continuously tries to gaslight you, continuously tries to manipulate you, run. Don't stay. Leave. Create physical distance. As much physical distance as you possibly can. If you're living in a house, because if it's a family member that's gaslighting you, if you're living in a house together, as much physical distance as you possibly can, create it. And when you do these things, this is how you respond to gaslighting. Now, when you do these things, doesn't necessarily have to be in this order, doesn't necessarily have to be in these steps. Any order, whatever works for you at the point in time, but go back. Look at what gaslighting is, look at what it does to you, and make sure that you are not in this situation. And if you know anybody in this situation, see how you can help them. So I thank you guys for listening to the presentation tonight. Remember to like and subscribe, and I will see you guys next Thursday for another session of Therapy Tuesdays. Bye.
Lean on me when you're not strong, and I'll be your friend. I'll help you carry on for